Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name remains Ujuwan Nekezi, and I am super excited to be back and better. I know I've been away, but I'm back for good now. And if you're just seeing my video for the first time, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us how we did. Now, on this channel, we talk about tech talks and lifestyle, right? So, today we're going to be talking about tech. And most importantly, we're going to be talking about an important function in Excel. Now, this function is used to retrieve data from either large or small data sets. And we're going to be differentiating and looking at the best of these functions. Now, we can use XLOOKUP, Vlookup, and index and match. But on this, we are not just talking about it. We're working together. We're practicalizing because I have a data set pinned. I have a data set inside of the PDF file pinned under this video, which means that as I solve, as I work on this, and as I explain it to you and break it down to you, on your own end, you're also doing the same thing. So don't forget to click on the link. The PDF file is just 6 pages. On the sixth page, the link to the data set is there. The first to the fifth page is just definition and the limitations and benefits of each of these functions. Remember, we want to know which one wins. Is it XLOOKUP? Is it VLOOKUP? Is it index and match? We also have HLOOKUP, but that is by the way. Let us focus on these three functions to look up data in Excel. So stay tuned and let's work on it. Bye. But before we go into the data set, let us quickly talk about what VLOOKUP is. Now, VLOOKUP stands for vertical lookup. It is one of Excel's most popular functions for finding and retrieving data from a table. Now, it searches for a value vertically in the first column. Let's take, for instance, we have about 5 columns in our data set. We have the employee ID, we have the first name, we have the second name, we have the third name. Now, if we are looking for any value from any of the columns, as far as VLOOKUP is concerned, you will look from the left. And if you're looking from the left, you're looking from the first column down to the right. Now, I'm going to make it visual first, but I want us to have this understanding that when it comes to VLOOKUP, that's the limitation. However, you can search for your value. Now, it does not make it flexible for you because imagine retrieving a data from the internet or getting a data from a data entry officer without the right format. They don't know how you want to use your function to search for anything, and they gave you. How do you want to do it? Imagine you have a large data set, let's say 1 million or 5,000. Imagine trying to copy and paste. How long will you take? And somebody will call you and you say, I'm busy. Excuse me. You're not busy. You're trying to, we can stay a long time trying to copy and paste or trying to solve and not get the result. But with, simple functions, you can just, and then you get it. So today I am here to break that down to us. Now, when it comes to VLOOKUP, you can only search with the value in the first column, which is on the left down to the right. Now, let's not go too much into talk. Let us quickly go through the benefits and the limitation, and we'll go right into the data set. Now, the benefit of VLOOKUP is simple to use. Yes, and I'm going to show you that for perfect quick lookups. It is commonly understood. A lot of people know VLOOKUP, and it is great for small data sets. Now, the limitation, I have explained it in the explanation. You can only look to the right. What if you have your unique value on the right? How do you want to look to the left? Or you have it in the middle. How do you want to look to the right or to the left? Well, you can look to the right. Okay, so in fact, you cannot even look to the right because you have to have it in the first column. Now it breaks if columns are moved. Let's take, for instance, you have about 5 columns. You have your employee ID on the first one, first name, and you've been able to, retrieve the data you want to retrieve. Now, you need to update your column maybe with sales, quarter four. Says quarter one, says quarter two, and you keep adding, and then these columns shift, your formula will break. Because when it comes to VLOOKUP, you pick column number to be able to in your arguments in your formula. Imagine where you retrieve data is column 3, and you've already gotten what you want to get, and then you added more value before or after it. Making that column 3 now 4. It means that you've disrupted it. It can break. Now let's go to a data set. Now we have this data set, employee ID, name, department, region, quarter 1 sales, quarter 2 sales, quarter 3 sales, quarter 4 sales, and total sales. Now the question is, look for quarter 1 sales made by Sarah Green and Anna Jones. Now remember when I talked about VLOOKUP, I said it's a vertical lookup, right? And it searches from the left and the first column. Now the first column here is employee ID. It looks to the right, right? This is the first column and this is the unique IDs. Now the question says look for quarter 1 sales made by Sarah Green and Anna Jones. Now the first thing here is we want to look for the name, right, before the quarter 1 sales. So let's try to look for the names first, and we're also going to look at what the argument inside the formula is asking us to do. So the first we want to do is VLOOKUP, and then we click on it. The first thing is asking us here is what is the lookup value? Now lookup value is that unique ID we use in retrieving data from any of the columns or any of the tables or any of the columns in a given table. Now we're using our employee ID as our lookup value, which is this, and then comma. The next argument is saying table array. Now table array is in VLOOKUP has to do with all of the table, like all of the columns in the table. Like you have to highlight everything from the header down to all of the values. So this is our table array, everything. Now put a comma. It's not asking us what is the column index number. So in this case, what are we looking for? We're looking for the name itself. Now, when we go back here, remember I mentioned something about the limitation of VLOOKUP is it can break. So in this case, right, the column number here, we have already highlighted all the table array for Excel to know that the value we're looking for is present in any of these columns. But I'm going to give, so Excel is now asking, okay, fine. If you say it's present here, which of the column? Because we are looking for name and it's asking us for column index number. Now, in this case, our employee ID is on column A, and this column B, column C, column D, E, and F. So which means A, employee ID is 1, column 1, B is column 2, C is column 3. Now, because we are looking for name, it's going to be 2. So our column index number is 2, and comma. Next one is, Excel is asking us, do we want like approximate match or we want exact match? Of course, we want exact match. We want exactly the name of the employee ID. We don't want you to guess. I don't want you to approximate anything for me. So you can either write 0 or just click on false, which is the exact match. And then voila, we have Sarah Green. So we can click down and drop down there. So now so imagine that we had already used column index number 2 to find Sarah Green, and probably there's an update in the organization and we had to insert something else on the table, and we have to insert it maybe before the name or after the name, and then name shifts and becomes like column index number 3. So that means that is going to break. Now let's move to how we are still going to apply the same thing here to look for the Q1 sales for Sarah Green. The same way, the only difference is that the column index number will change. That means that we're going to pick the Q1 sales column index number for us to be able to get our answer. So equals to VLOOKUP. Remember, the first thing is asking us is lookup value. We'll still pick our employee ID, which is on the left, as our lookup value. Then the next thing is our table array. Remember, table array is you highlighting the whole table, your data set. Then, comma, it's asking us now that what is the column index number. So in this case, this is our column one, this is our Q1 sales. So we need to start counting from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, it is 5, and we want it to be what? Exact match. And then enter. So what is Sarah Green? Q1 sales is 24,000. And when we drop it down, we have 26,000 for E106, James Smith, 26,000. Great. Sorry for the break in transmission. We're back, and we're going to be solving our index and match. And we're going to be doing the same thing. Look for Q1 sales made by Sarah Green and Anna Jones. And this is to let us see that we can use we can use index and match to also get our answers, just like VLOOKUP. But also lets you know that you can search from the left and right. And that's why I have this left position, index and match, because right now we want to use the same data set to get the answer to the question, look for Q1 sales made by Sarah Green and Anna Jones. And also we're going to come here, look at those data sets, employee ID is still here. For here, the left position, our employee ID is here. Now let's quickly go down here. Remember I said match is used to find the position of the value, and index is used to retrieve it. Now, a formula. And another thing is index and match is more like a nested formula. Yeah, because index is a formula and then match is a formula, but we are bringing it all together. And then let's dive right into it. So the first thing we want to do is index. Now this is our index. And then the first thing we want to do is asking us for the array. Remember that when we worked on our VLOOKUP, the array is literally all of our table. And that is because in the arguments, was to select a column. So we have to like show Excel by selecting all the columns so that when we now select everything, Excel will now say, okay, I have everything. So which one are you talking about? Then you click on this, on a column number. But in this case, there's nothing like column number. We don't want to stress you. We don't want you to count. Remember, we're looking at the one that is more flexible and more easy to use. And we said that index and match is much better in a large data set and much better than VLOOKUP in terms of limitations and flexibility. VLOOKUP only to the right. This one can do right and left. Now, the array here is, what am I looking for? See, it's so direct. So I'm looking for name, right? And it's saying select the names. If it's Q1 sales, select the Q1 sales. So we are on the name. So we select everything here. And then after that, as long as this nested, when it comes to nested, formula, you don't have to complete it depends on what you're trying to solve. You don't have to complete all of the arguments if you're introducing a number. In this case, I just want it. Remember, I said match, find the position, index, retrieve. And what are we retrieving? Name. So this is what I want to retrieve. Now let's go to match, which will help us to find the position. Now we bring in our match formula. Click on it here. And then what's this saying? Now, if you want me to look for the name, where is the lookup value? Our lookup value, don't always forget, it is that unique ID that we can use to retrieve any data from the data set. And this is it. Comma. It's not saying that I know that you have showed me the employee ID, but from where do we have the rest so that I can fetch out that index? That's one you're trying to retrieve. And I say my lookup array. See, I didn't select everything. This is my lookup array. Remember, inside of it, I have this lookup value. Targeting this one. I need to highlight everything, right? So we don't need match type or anything here. We've already selected, and then we can put our bracket here, and then our bracket here, and then we have our Sarah Green. Remember, we can drag it down. Then we have James Smith. See, we have used this, we have used this. Now let's go right into this equals to index. And then what is our array that we're looking for? We are looking for Q1 sales, comma. The next thing is our match. And then what is it asking us? Lookup value. We're using this. And what is asking us? Where is the lookup array of that lookup value, which is this. And that's all. And then put it in brackets. And then my bracket is double. So in a nested formula, we have opened one bracket. Usually we need to close one bracket after, but because this is double formula, if you notice, my first bracket is red, my second bracket is black, until when you create, multiple nested formula, you keep on putting the brackets, which will be giving you colors until you get to the black one. So enter. So Sarah Green, I must have done something. Probably I selected this, let's see. Okay, you see, I selected K11 instead of K10. See, this is one thing about solving. If you can read your formulas, you can correct it. So then we can also drop down. Now let's quickly, I don't want this video to go so long. So we're gonna look at, okay, now let me quickly show us how we can get this from the left hand side. Now we're already gotten the name. Let's just get let's say we want the Q3 sales. Q3 sales. So Q3 sales here. Yeah, I'm coming back. Okay, equals to, remember, our employee ID is here on the right. Now we want to look to we have confirmed that we can also use index and match to look from left to the right. Now let's look at how we can use it from right to the left. So Vlookup, not Vlookup, index, right? So sorry, what are we looking for? Q3 sales, where are you? So this is it, comma, we're bringing our match, and then our lookup value is this, comma, our lookup array is this, from our right. And then, well, we can also still say, you can ignore and you can also say exact match. Then let's put our brackets. And then we have 25,000. So Sarah Green, in your quarter 3 sales, you brought this. So it shows that we can look from left and right. Now, for the last one, XLOOKUP. If I can search from left to right using index and match, why should I? But let's look at the formula. It's not everybody, like, we just want something straightforward, right? We don't want to start bringing index, we don't want to start bringing match, racking our friends and all of that. So let's see the beauty of XLOOKUP. Now, before we go, let's quickly go through XLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP is, I just have benefit, right? So XLOOKUP is the new and improved version of Vlookup and Index&Match combined together. It can search in any direction and offer more control and cleaner syntax. Like, you don't need to write index, you don't need to write match, you don't need to look for this. It's just so direct. And I'm going to show you now. Benefit is it also searches left, right, up and down. It also has a not found option in case you don't find the value. What should I? It doesn't need column numbers, and it's easier to read and maintain. And that's all. Then we're going to go to the data set and solve it. Remember, I told you on the last data set we have, click to download. This is data set. Everything I'm using to solve, this data is all here. So you can follow me and do all this together. So let's go. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share my content, please. Make us go viral. Thank you. So let's go right down into XLOOKUP. And remember what we said. It is simpler. It is easy to read. It can do left and right. It has a has not value or found not. No. Yeah, let's see. Not found. Okay, so let's go to the data set. Now, simple, just go direct, equals to XLOOKUP. And then what is your lookup value? Just this, right? So simple, like, then what's your lookup array? Excuse me, just this. Then what should I return? The name. See? Believe me, that's all. And then that's all. That's all. You just need the 3 things. Now, let me do this again. I don't want to drag it down now. Oh, sorry. I did the name again. So I'm going to start again. It's a good way to start. I'm just so excited about how easy this one is. So we have our XLOOKUP, right? And then it's saying that the first argument says, what is our lookup value? Our lookup value is this, right? The employee ID. So where's the lookup array, right? This is my lookup array. That's it. That's the second thing I just highlighted now. I say, what is my return array? What am I looking for? Quarter 1 sales. I just did this. Just 3 things and I'm done, right? So we go down here. I know that in the arguments, let's just drag it down here. James Smith is 26,000. I know that in the explanation I gave to us, it has a not found option. So let's quickly do that. Now, if you look at this employee ID, we have E109, which is not found here, right? So in some cases, you might have an employee ID that is not correct and is not on the table, and you're trying to retrieve a value that does not, like, there's no value for that, unique ID. So in this case, what should happen? So for example, I'm trying to look for the name of this employee ID, and we do XLOOKUP. What's our lookup value? Same here, comma, lookup array like this. And then our return array, we want the name, then comma, it says if not found, then we'll double quote, if not, oh, sorry. If not found, what should happen? Say invalid, invalid, invalid ID. And then, so in this case, it returns it back. It returns it back as invalid ID. Now, if you look at these three functions we use in searching and retrieving for data in Excel, XLOOKUP is the best. It is more cleaner. It is very simple. You only just need three things. And not to say you can't use VLOOKUP. A lot of people are comfortable with that, but it has limitation. Index and match is a bit complex. I would rather XLOOKUP than any of the lookups. So don't forget to like, share, comment, ask questions, tell us how we did. And it would be really great for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, until I come your way next time, keep watching, keep sharing. Bye for now.